Alexa, next song. Hey, Jerome. Dang, you were in here before I could even finish it. So I got this blem upper receiver here that I'm going to try to fix with some of this aluminum black. That's the goal for tonight. I got all my propane heaters and stuff hooked up in here because it's cold outside, so I'm trying to make it a little warmer in here. Last time I did a live, it was so cold in here, my feet were going numb. Get a better chair going here. Yeah. Taking a stab at this live stuff, see if I'm any good at it. I think I would prefer this a lot better. Alright, let's move this back just a skosh. There we go. That'll do. Hey, Tactical Muffin Top, what's happening? Let's do this. Live, that way I don't miss anybody. Alright. So I saw a gentleman do this online. And he said not to use the Q-tip side of it, but use the actual stick for it to try to get this stuff on there. Try to fill in these scratches and all that. You know what, before I make a mess, I want some paper towels. Oh, now the baby's coughing. There we go. Let us do one of these jobs. Aluminum black. Yeah, don't drink it. Got it. See if I can get this part going. Sir, Jerome, I was excited I got to catch at least the tail end of your live. I've been a little tied up with people in my household not feeling well lately, so I'm dealing with all that. Man, I really hope this stuff works. So just make sure you apply liberally, rub it in there, and then rub it off. That's liberal. There we go. Yes, sir. Yes, good point, Jerome. This is not a firearm. This is just a hunk of metal. This is not a dangerous piece of work. This cannot harm anybody in any shape or form. None of what is against that wall is for sale and or giveaway or anything like that. Nobody's taking that. It is mine. And that is how that goes. Nothing is for sale ever. When this starts yelling back at you having purple hair, then you know it's a liberal amount. Yes, that's very true. The literal liberal. Yeah, so I got this. I don't know if you saw my video where I opened up the blind box, but this is one of the pieces that came in there, and from super, super cheap, you get a blind box blem, and I mean, this thing's pretty darn blemmed up, so I'm going to try to see if I can work some magic on this thing and make it look better, because my aim is that cheapo rifle right there. It has a polymer upper on it, and I'm not thrilled about that. So if I'm ever going to shoot this thing, I'm not feeling comfortable with having that explosion that close to my cheek and being backed by polymer. So that's why I got this receiver. I'm hoping that I can make it look all pretty and whatnot and go from there. That is the goal. How's my audio? Am I loud and clear for you? I'm testing these very cheap microphones that I got from like Walmart.com, so it's kind of hit or miss as to whether or not it's loud enough. Audio isn't too bad, a little muffled. Oh, that'll be the beard. Let me clip it on my shirt a little lower and see if that helps. Talking through this grizz of a beard right now is probably what's doing it all. Nope, you stay on. You know, it's finally long enough to the point where when I stand out in the wind, I can feel it blowing around. It's officially reached that Amish status. Wow, this whole thing is completely dicked up. Let's get it in there. Yes, sir. It really, I mean, look at this thing. It's like, God, I'm ugly. But I'm going to get a trim in the next few days and hopefully make it look manageable. Not quite so terrible. There we go. There's a good amount. I'm not being liberal enough. I must change that. I finally got some time tonight, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I try to fix this thing up on a live and see how that goes? Get some practice with the live. And the guy that I watched do this really kind of rubbed it in there. There we go. I don't have high expectations as to this thing looking beautiful, but I'm sure going to try anyway. There you go. JD Wag just went live. Who is JD Wag? I'm not sure who that gentleman would be. Unless I do know and I'm just not thinking of it. All right, that's starting to fill in nicely. Maybe this will work after all. Learn by doing. Learn by doing. I have to wipe this stuff off soon. Can't remember if you're supposed to let it dry or not, but oh well, I'll look it up. Supposedly this stuff, this aluminum black, can really take some deep digs out of these things. I guess we'll see. My stick's getting all dilapidated. Alexa, next song. I don't know what that was, but that was not my jam. It's more. Working a miracle here. So, Jerome, what'd you say your dog's name was? Skittles? How is Skittles? I don't know if I'm supposed to touch this stuff or not. Wish the screen would stop doing that. I don't know what this song is, but I'm digging it. Good old distortion going on. Try not to touch most of that. I wonder how this thing got so blemmed up. Probably a demo model. Let's see on this threading here. I mean, I'm not so worried about the threading. Threading's fine. Threading's not going to do anything. It's going to be covered up anyway. If anybody is in the lobby, don't be afraid to say hello. I'm not a mean dude, I promise. Okay, I gotta tack this backside here. This looks awful. Some of these I might not be able to get. Actually, that's working pretty well. I spoke too soon. Not too bad. I'm not gonna jinx myself here, but this ain't coming out too bad. Gotta make sure to wash my hands after all this. I do not have gloves to do this with, which I probably should, but hey, learn by doing, right? Yeah, so this stuff as it's drying is actually, oh, this stuff is awesome. You shall be blemished no more. You shall be blemished no more. Alexa, who sings this song? Oh, okay. That's why I recognize the voice. Definitely need a lot more along this ridge. Don't think I was liberal enough. Let's do this. Over there said you can't add more than one coating. Refresh this, see what goes on. I want to dream. Yo, JP. What up, what up? Go to live chat. I'm trying to, I don't know if you saw my video where I did the unboxing, where I had that god-awful blem of an upper receiver, but I'm trying to use some aluminum black to fill it in. That way I can put it on there and have it look nice, because I'm not trusting a polymer upper receiver to contain an explosion near my face when I actually go to shoot this thing. So I'm switching it out. I got this blem upper, but I mean, they couldn't have sent me a more blem. So here it goes. And actually, this stuff's working pretty well. I don't know if you've ever dabbled with it, the aluminum black. I'm sure it's been around for forever, but first time I've gotten to use it, and it is actually filling in some of these deep recesses and scratches pretty well. I will not complain. Basically, it makes it look like it was never scratched. Let's hit that again. I guess gotta wait for it to dry to see how it really comes out, but oh well. We shall see. I don't know if I'm supposed to get this stuff on my fingers or not, but guess we'll find out. But JP, make sure you're being nice to those chickens, man. Those chickens never hurt you. That video you made was so fucking funny, dude. I was like, oh man. Like now he's just rubbing it in. He's standing right over that chick and he's blasting in the face. That was absolutely hilarious. What was that on? Red Dead? I love Red Dead. Never actually played it though. Seen my brother play it, but I never actually got into it. I see a spot I missed. I'm not also getting my Mac 11 Cerakote. How much is a Cerakote coating cost you? Because I know that even Bear Creek Arsenal started doing Cerakoting. I don't know if they'll do it on any randoms gun, but they'll at least do it for theirs if you want a particular finish on your gun, which is really cool. It's cool that they offer that. But how much does that run? Is that I assume it's got to be at least $100, right? $200. Yeah. You sign into the game, you're like, I'm finding that fucking chicken farmer, and I'm gonna get his ass. Yeah, 100 feet. Yeah, that's what I figured. Which, I mean, for all intents and purposes, is worth it. That's not horrible. Especially considering it takes time. They probably strip it down just to the parts that they want to Cerakote and all that. Like painting a car. Honestly, that's what I'm define. This stuff's working, man. I mean, you can tell it's not brand new, but it doesn't look like shit anymore. So I'll take that as a victory. Just hit this with a couple coats and some other spots, and I'll be done with it. Good X-Acto knife. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of tell this is worked on, but this looks way better. I gotta go back to that video and look at all the different spots that was all dicked up and compare, because this looks way better. I don't know, that because it's an ATI Omni, it's definitely not top of the line gun for any stretch of the imagination, but I got it for super cheap. So I just always kind of held on to it because that was the gun that I got to learn the working mechanisms and components within ARs and whatnot. So from there, I started building my own. So I was like, you know what? Let me hold on to this cheapo gun, and if I have to, I'll put some parts in it, try to make it nice and shootable. But one of the first things I wanted to do was switch out that upper receiver. So here we go. But I already put a ambidextrous charging handle on there, so that's ready to go. That only took like 2 minutes to put in there, not even. What color I want to go. ATI has a plastic lower, right? Yes. I'm not concerned about the polymer lower, only because multiple companies have come out with their own polymer lowers and they all trust them. And it's actually kind of away from the explosion. It's the upper you really want to worry about. So I figure if I can keep that polymer lower on there and keep it a lightweight lower, it actually functions pretty well. I'll probably end up switching out the lower parts kit on there to something that fits and looks nice, but I mean, it's fully functional. It's not bad. Your pistol's ATI? Yeah, I mean, I know that Classic Firearms, with the sticker there, Classic Firearms is always trying to sell them as their gun of the day, whatever. I think right now they have a bronze one or FDE one on as their gun of the day. They're always pushing ATI. ATI is not bad for learning. I mean, I don't know what you've done to your gun. I don't know how much you've added to it. If you have a video of it, I'd love to watch it. But they're really not bad for all intents and purposes. They're really kind of, in my opinion, they're right on par with like Radical. They're right on par with, I'd say they're probably a step or two below PSA, but I think they're right on par with, there's another company. And regardless, you get it. Get some of this crap off of here. So Like I said, it might look a little oily at first, but the more you touch it, the more your finger oils and shit are going to get in there and make it look more natural anyway. Oh, I got to clean up this dust cover port, this ejection port. 20-inch Anderson lower. Dude, people shit on Anderson lowers. That's what I built two of my, I built my full-size AR, the burnt bronze one, and I did a pistol with Anderson lowers. The lowers, I mean, as long as they're made correctly, it doesn't really matter if you go Daniel Defense, if you go Bravo Company, if you go Anderson, whatever. A lower is a lower. It's really about the trigger, the bolt carrier group, the upper, your gas tube and all that, your barrel. Like the lower doesn't really matter that much. I mean, maybe you can make an argument for it mattering, but from anyone that I've watched online and when they build their guns and shit, like they all say the same thing. They're all like, yeah, your lower doesn't matter. Don't spend $1 million on a lower. You're just doing that for people to look at your gun at the range and be like, oh wow, you spent a pretty penny on that. Me, I'm all about saving. I'm all about if I can make a beautiful gun and not spend $1 million on every single component in it. That to me, that's a win. It's also a talent. That's how much I've done internals on the ATI lower, the H3 arrow recoil spring. Nice. See, that to me, that's fun though, is adding all those parts. I don't know if I'll change the trigger out on this just because the mil-spec trigger might be okay for the ATI, because my other builds, I'm going to end up building a 308, so I'm kind of saving some money up for that. And for that one, I'm going to get the Rave, I want to say it's the 545 trigger, whatever, the big bastard one. That's the one I'm going to put in the 308 when I start building that, but that might be a little bit. But that sucker's like $200, $250. But as far as this mil-spec trigger that's already installed, I don't see much point in pulling that out. For this gun, anyway. Let's go here. But I always go Rave triggers. I have a 240 in one of my pistols. I have a 140 in another pistol, and then in my full-size 16-inch AR, I have another. It was the Don't Tread on Me edition Optics Planet Special. It's another Rave 140. I like Rave. I was thinking about going with a Dirty Bird. Or I'm sorry, not a Dirty Bird, a MIMS Tactical. But I heard that those triggers are kind of funky, so I stayed away from it. I just got another Rave, another Rave instead. Which one I put a binary? Nice. How do you like the binary trigger? I have not had the pleasure of actually shooting one myself. This is a weird song. All right, let's see. Some of that dust off there. The damn Q-tip. A couple more spots I want to hit. Check those out. What, the Rave triggers? I mean, I would stake what small reputation I have so far in this community on that they are very, very nice triggers. The MIMS, I don't know. Like I said, I read mixed reviews on those with people commenting like, hey, if you don't know what you're doing, don't grab this trigger. Like, all right, noted. But the Rave are awesome because once you open up the lower receiver and you remove or if you're just building, you go to put it in. All you do is you drop it in, you put your anti-walk pins in there, screw them in, good to go. It takes like 2 minutes to do. It's super, super quick. It's like, well, there it goes, $150. Distance fast. The stacks rose. Okay, cool. See, I don't know that much about triggers, like between super safeties, between binary triggers, stuff like that. Like I will be the first to admit that I am a beginner in that world. I don't quite know everything about that. I know that people are loving the FRTs at the moment, and those seem really cool. But I do not have even the cheap lowers. Like if you go to like Davidson Defense and all these places, and you look at some of the cheaper brand FRTs and stuff, they're still $600 for a complete lower. It's insane. Let's see. Oh, okay, fair enough. So then if they're the same concept, what's the difference? Because I know the super safety, you can push the actual safety thing in, and that's how you activate. But is the concept behind an FRT, it just resets on you automatically with very, very little trigger resistance? Like it just automatically kind of resets for you? I'm not worried about the blems on the inside of this thing. Man, this thing is night and day different. Oh, I see some spots I gotta hit. I get a new Q-tip. You come back on. Hey, Evan. What up, dude? Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I pictured. It just makes that response time so much faster. There they are. Let's back down. Big back over here. I was all proud of myself because I got up to 60 subs and I was like, oh man, I'm killing it. Woke up in the morning and I was down to 53. So from 60 to 53 between the hours of 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. Is it impossible that that many people decided between those ungodly hours that they wanted to unsubscribe? It's not impossible. Improbable, but not impossible. But a little suspect. But at least I still have enough to do a live, so that's all I really give a damn about. I just wanted to go live a few times, see if I enjoy it. Hey, Jerome. Yeah, I noticed that too. There was a moment there where I ended up refreshing a few hundred times just to, because I couldn't believe my eyes, and then I had like 3 more return, and I'm like, I wonder how accurate these numbers even are that they tell you. Jerome, this is coming along swimmingly, sir. It's all about the liberalism. Yeah, right in that crevice. There we go. I'm just going on to the fine detail spots. There's some spots on this Picatinny rail that are just like kind of dug out, misshapen. I can't really do much about that, but I can make them all black. So much better. This isn't too different from just painting the lower anyway. When I paint my lowers. I wonder if YouTube would have a fit if I did that. Probably, bastards. The liberals. All right. Does he paint the full gun? Because I've never done that. I only paint like the inscriptions that are engraved on there. Like on my PSA one, I call it Lloyd Christmas because it's the Christmas themed one. Like I painted in Santa Claus and stuff, and like the logo and all that, and fire safety, all that stuff. But I'm too scared to paint an entire part. Yeah, I'm too scared to paint the whole thing. I've seen some people that are really good with spray paint, and they will spray paint the entire thing and give it camouflage and stuff. And it's like I'm just not that creative and/or good at it. And then I'll end up wasting money on an expensive part because I wanted to get cute. Stop going black on me. Using my wife's laptop to be able to see you guys talking, and the screen just keeps turning off on me. Prick. Alexa, next song. I don't know what the fuck that was. All right. I think I've got this thing just about wrapped up. I could just de-dust this dang thing. There we go. Yes, sir. I'm glad I did this. Not too hard either. Letters, that's fine. Yeah, that's all I ever do. I'll use bluing and heat treat them before I grab a can of paint. I say, or just go the route that you're going and just have somebody freaking put a finish on it. Have somebody Cerakote it for you. Alexa, next song. This song's terrible. Well, I will not attach that on this live, but that will be my job for tomorrow. Get this on there and see how I like it. I mean, it's not world's greatest upper. It's kind of plain. It's kind of whatever. But it's safer than a polymer upper. So that's the part I'm excited about. Here's my color palette that I play with. I got all the colors. These tester paints are freaking awesome. Yes, they are. So I thought it was pretty funny. I was going online and I found a 308 hand guard. It was $19.99. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just start a 308 build. So that's why my next one's going to be a 308. Starting a little backwards, but I found a 308 lower receiver, a stripped one for $100. So I might pull the trigger on that. I'm not sure yet. That's right, found it going in more to the chemicals. Cerakote, you should do it yourself. You saying it's bedtime? Ooh, a bug? Are you serious? There's a fly in here? These heaters are working well. Yep. Let me put this up. I don't need this any longer. Alexa, next song. He is on a god-awful playlist right now. I don't know if y'all can hear this music or not, but it's really depressing. Hey, see you later. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate that. Which, in all honesty, I just wanted to do a live to get this going and have an online presence. So I'm actually probably going to cut this live out. But oh, this is my next project. I got a adjustable gas block from Odinworks, and I'm going to put this on my rifle. So I'm excited about that because I'm having a gas issue with the gun. So this adjustable gas block should help with that. Not bad. I got it for like $40. But all right, guys, I'm gonna cut this live out. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate you. Y'all stay blessed. I'll try to post in the Discord the next time I go live, and I'll have something interesting to do. But until then, catch y'all later.